This is the L2C Media Network, and this is Steve Sporty Balls with Sports Final, presented by L2C Media Network. I'm Harry von Stuttgart, now live from the Fred McLeod Sports Desk in the Tom O'Neill Studios. Here he is. At least none of his workable parts are frozen like that skier's. Ladies and gentlemen, our man, Steve the X-Man Bex. Harry, thank you, brother. How you doing? Good evening, world. How are you? As a matter of fact, um, we're good. We're more than good. We're golden. Yes, friends. Yes, and we'll try to explain to you the skier in just a few expletive moments. Yes. Anyway, we welcome you to the show. We got a lot to do, and wow, very little happening in basketball. That there's a reason why the All Star game is still the All Star break still goes on until I think Tuesday or Thursday. We will find that out. But right now, to make things a brighter and more entertaining show of shows. Let me just, there we go. My cat Uno is behind our one and only camera, and we welcome you to the show. Let's uh, let's do this thing right, shall we? Hello. Okay, let's try to get things back together. Thank you. All right, let us go to now I know what I was going to do. Why have we got the teleprompter down? We should have it up. Yes, that's right. Okay, let us now, because there is no regular basketball. You know, the pros they're off on their All-Star break. Let's go to college. All right, yes, and our first thing, as always, since we are gentlemen, we give you the college women, the women's college basketball scoreboard. And here we go. There's only one game to talk about. That is the 21st ranked Iowa Hawkeyes. They beat the 10th ranked Indiana Hoosiers 88 to 82. Almost said it the other way, didn't I? All right. Let's let's make this let's make this fun, shall we? Yes, indeed. We're going to make this fun. All right, let's go to the guys, and there's only 3 games on their level. My God, we may have to tap dance. Final and overtime, 10th ranked Baylor over Oklahoma State, 66-64. 12th ranked UCLA over Arizona State, 66 to 52. And 22nd ranked Ohio State walloped Indiana by a score of 80 to 69 in overtime. That's right. They played overtime. And believe it or not, that's the end of our college basketball scoreboard. That's right. We've only got one thing left, and that's the ever loving G League, or as we call it affectionately, the G League. So, would you like to see the score? Because I think we only had one game on Monday. Boy, this show, we may have to tap dance on this broadcast tonight. Yes, we may have to tap dance on this broadcast tonight. We may have to show our feet, our fast feet work. In fact, they didn't play Monday. There's only one game on Tuesday, so gee whiz, we're done with basketball. Wow. Okay, we're done with basketball. So now let us go to, oh, well, we'll give you some of the news of the college in just a moment. Right now, let's take you to from the hardwood to the hard fake synthetic ice. That's right. And wow. Uh, okay, here we go. This is going to be fun. All right, we got one game that has just entered the second intermission. Vancouver Canucks lead the Seattle Kraken by a score of 3-2. Final scores with the inimitable 3 stars. So here we go. Boston Bruins beat the Colorado Avalanche 5-1, and the 3 stars are Pasternak for Boston with 2 goals, 1 assist. Bergeron for Boston, 1 goal, 1 assist, and Hall for Boston, 3 assists. In overtime, Carolina Hurricanes beat the Philadelphia Flyers 4-3, and their 3 stars were Pesce for Carolina with 1 goal, Trocheck with Carolina, a goal and assist, and Brown for Philadelphia with 1 goal. That's right. We continue on, and there we go. Oh boy. Here we go. Face to face, couple of silver spooners. So let's get going here. Calgary Flames over the Winnipeg Jets 3-1. Lindholm for Calgary, 1 goal. Monahan for Calgary, 1 goal. And guess what? Mangapan for Calgary, 1 assist. Les Canadiens de Montreal defeated the Toronto Maple Leafs 5-2. Caulfield for Montreal, 1 goal, 2 assists. Anderson for Montreal, 2 goals, 1 assist. And Gallagher, well, he must have been boring. He only got 2 assists. That's right, and that's it for the NHL. Dear God, are we going to be... This is going to be a persnickety type show, isn't it? Yes. Okay, no games for the guys. How about for the gals? How about for the ladies? How about for the women? Did they have anything happening? Yeah, only one in the NUHA conference. It was LIU 6, St. Michael's 0. And, that's it for that. We go now to our minor leagues, which I have a feeling may be a little bit, which may be a little fast, because I have a feeling nothing was happening on a Monday. It's President's Day here. There was no mail, so maybe we'll be lucky. And we are lucky, folks. Syracuse Crunch over the Belleville Senators by a score of 6-2. And Milwaukee Admirals over the Manitoba Moose 4-2. And that's not enough. We got the Toronto Marlies over the Laval Rocket 6-2. The final score there. And there you have it. Now we go from the American Hockey League to the Big O. The Ontario Hockey League, yes, friends, is Ontario.
Friday, 9:28 a.m. Message deleted. End of messages.
Thank you. All right, we had 9 games on Monday in the Ontario Hockey League. Let's go through them, shall we? All right, Guelph over Ottawa for... try that again, Guelph over Owen Sound, 7-1. Hamilton over Erie, 7-2. It was Kingston over Ottawa, 7-1. Kitchener over London in overtime, 5-4. In a shootout, Sudbury over Mississauga, 3-2. Oshawa over Niagara, 8-2. Peterborough over Barrie, 4-3. And if that wasn't enough, Flint over Sarnia, 7-3. And Windsor over Saginaw, 6-3. And there you go. There went the Ontario Hockey League scores. Very cool. All right. Let's get back to more minor league hockey action and take note. We have, hopefully, some final scores for you. All right, let's go to the ECHL, the East Coast Hockey League, the Echo. Here we go. All right, let's go to the scores of the Echo. See if there's any scores in the Echo to give you. And how we do that is simple. We just wait for the circle of justice to creep in here. Yeah, I like the microphone like this. We were planning to put it up there. Well, no games tonight, but we got 2 games on Tuesday. The Newfoundland Growlers at the Adirondack Thunder and the Reading Royals at the Wheeling Nailers. So stand by on that. So there went the Echo. There went the echo to my heart. Bada boom. Okay, so the echo, she is gone. Now we got the Southern Professional Hockey League. And let us proceed with the spiel and say, ahoy, Dandelion! How are you, Schnuggin? How are you, Snuggles? And let's see, any game? No games tonight, but game on Tuesday, game on Thursday, and a ton on Friday to talk about. So we go from the spiel to the Federal Prospects Hockey League. So here we go, and let's hope this doesn't end sadly for us. And here we go. Oops, hello. We got a wrong thing there. Let's boop that. Okay, thank you. There we go. Now we got it. Now we're just waiting. And there was only one game played on Monday, and that was Binghamton over Watertown by a score of 5-3. I'm okay, still packing for my move in 2 weeks. Congratulations, going to a house or an apartment. Let's going into another apartment, or are you going to a house with a backyard for a barbecue or something like that? I love houses. I'm getting used to trailers, but I love houses. Apartments are okay. I have lived in trailers, apartments, and let's see. I lived in houses, apartments, and trailers. I've hit the jackpot. No congrats. Moved to a new, smaller place. Part of a house, same as now. Oh, that's part of a house. Are we talking a duplex? Because I lived in one of those. I lived in one of those. I lived in a duplex. Had to get rid of half of my stuff. Ooh, painful. Oop, there we go. Anyway, I do gotta tell you, moving is hard because you make a lot of friends, and I got giant house subdivided in smaller units. So it's, and each one, I assume each unit will have their own kitchen and bath, right? Or is this sort of like hey, weird? hey, it's a giant house. You got a kitchen, you got a bath, but you're going to have to put time. A giant house subdivided and small. Yes, separate and self contained. Good. Good. Just in case you might holler or scream or, well, no one else can hear you. Sort of a mini apartment. Separate and self contained. That means they have their own kitchen and bath, which is not bad. Hmm. Have my own two bed place, but smaller than now. Well, that's very nice. Get got your living room, kitchen, bath. Nice place for pet. They are pet friendly, I hope. I hope they are pet friendly. I do have a patio. Nice. If you have a patio, everybody else have a patio, or just certain certain people? No pets allowed. Damn. Boo. You gotta allow a pet. Nice kitty, or a dog. Nice little dog. I don't have pets because I'm a renter. Ah, that is good to know. Anyway, let's see. Let's get to our little sports news segment. Yesterday, Michigan lost to Wisconsin, and a little melee started. I work long hours. Not good to have pets anyway. Very good. Very good. The Big Ten made it known Michigan coach Juwan Howard received a 5-game suspension for his role in a post-game scuffle after the Wolverines lost in Wisconsin on Sunday, which will keep him off the sidelines for the remainder of the regular season, the Big Ten announced today. He's the only coach involved in Sunday's melee facing a suspension, though 3 players, Michigan's Musa Diabate and Terrence Williams II, and Wisconsin's Jacoby Neath, each received 1-game suspension. Howard was also fined $40,000 from the league, and Wisconsin coach Greg Gard was fined $10,000. Now, the punishments came after a melee that began when Howard struck Wisconsin assistant Joe Grabanoff following a tense exchange with Garda in the handshake line after the game. His decision to call a timeout with 15 seconds left and the Badgers beating the Wolverines by 15 is what sparked Howard's ire, with the Wolverines maintaining full court pressure after Wisconsin went to a lineup of walk-ons and reserves. Guard later explained that he called the timeout to help his team avoid a 10-second violation, but it did not sit well with Howard. And following Monday's punishment, Howard issued an apology, which I hope was acceptable. The program does have a natural fill-in on staff in associate head coach Phil Martelli. The former longtime St. Joseph head coach is in his 3rd season on Howard's staff after a storied 24-year run in the Atlantic 10. And Dandelion Fluff is not a cat person, not fair to dogs. I like ferrets best. Well, that's nice. This is why you don't like to get licked when we play Split the Room on Jackbox. You don't like to get those cat licks. Anyway, in the National Football League, once again, Antonio Brown, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer, decided to, well, throw a lot of people under the bus and run them over with a steamroller. It's been nearly 2 months since Antonio Brown was released by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and although all of that time has passed since the incident, the receiver still seems as mad as ever about being dumped. Brown took to social media on Monday to lodge another complaint against his former team. This time around, not only did the receiver throw the organization under the bus, but he also pinned some blame on Tom Brady for not throwing him the ball in Tampa Bay's infamous game against the Jets that is now mostly remembered as a game where Brown just went nuts and took off his shirt while leaving the field. Here's what Brown posted to Instagram on Monday, this be via the Tampa Bay Times. He blamed the Buccaneers for his injury. They tried to hurt me intentionally, sent me out there after knowing I was still hurt. He says that Brady lied to him. Tom said he would throw it if I came to play hurt. I came. He didn't throw it. Imagine being hurt, having to play through this, and being lied to, too. He continued to insist that Bruce Arians made him play hurt. Coach said if I couldn't run on this, get that out of there. He also ended his message with a vulgar sentence that involved the F word, and if you want to see his not safe for work comments, you can click Twitter. Basically, his latest social media tirade was a much more concise version of what he's been complaining about since he was released. The battle between Brown and the Buccaneers has been a never-ending war of words since he was cut, although Brown has insisted that Arians made him play with an injured ankle. The Buccaneers coach has denied that version of events. In late January, Brown went on Full Send podcast and accused Brady of only being his friend because he's good at football. Brown said on the podcast, to me, a friend is someone who's got your back. Not everybody in sports is going to be your friend. Tom Brady's my friend. Why? Because I'm a good football player. He needs me to play football. People have different meanings of what friendship is. Brown also questioned why he wasn't getting any more money from the Buccaneers if Brady was truly trying to help him make it in Tampa Bay. At another point this offseason, Brown accused the Bucs of offering him $200,000 as a way to get him to commit to some mental health treatment. Brown said he turned down the money and that there's nothing wrong with his mental health. Now, although it's not clear what sparked his latest tirades against Brady and the Bucs, it's possible it could be his reaction to an interview that Mike Evans recently did with Yahoo Sports. The Bucs receiver was asked about Brown incident. He said Brown went off because he wasn't getting the ball. What I remember is we were trying to get him to come back into the game. He was saying he wanted the rock, and I mean rightfully so. So we should have gotten him the rock. I mean, he's an unbelievable player. Like, come in the game, AB. Arians has claimed that Brown not getting the ball is what led to receivers' outbursts, and the fact that Evans seemed to be confirming that might have been what caused Brown to re-release his version of events on social media with a few F-bombs thrown in just for good measure. Oh, jolly bee. Dan Iron Fluff says cat licks are gross. Yeah, that's true. They just do that to get some salt from you. Because your hands, if they lick your hands are salty. That to them is like the ultimate, the ultimate happy drug. Speaking of which, speaking of cats, I gotta get my cat happy. So forgive me for a moment, gentle readers. Ooh, you skipped. You skipped. You didn't just run. You skipped. You jumped. You leapt. Okay, sweetheart. There you go. Let's put you on the spot there. There you go, sweetie. There we go. Okay, let me just put this away. There. Give my little girl here a little little cat love. Hello, little baby. Hi. Ooh, you got a little dirt there. Hi. Did you enjoy your little treat tonight? Yes, you did. Say hi to the people. Hello, I am Uno, the mouse assassin. Hello, Dandelion. How are you? Yeah, there. You good girl. I'm a cat and dog lover. I can't help it. I love animals. I'd love to have a pet. This this has been my lifesaver. Yeah, you got rid of all the mice. You ate them. You've been a good girl. You've been a good girl. Yes. Yeah, you've been a good girl. All right, I'm gonna put you down now. So you can go do your running around. You only get a little treat. Anyway, in a poll, believe it or not, as you know, the Washington, formerly Redskins, are now known as the Washington Commanders. But uh, some fans were eager to embrace the Commanders' name and the new garb that came with it, while others favored other options that could not be chosen due to existing trademarks held by other teams, such as Wolves and Red Wolves. The Washington Post conducted a citywide poll of 900 DC residents to gauge how fans liked the new name. The results revealed that about half of fans dislike or hate the Commanders' choice, and very few love it. In fact, let's see. Here's how they were, separatable. 5% loved the Commanders. 36% liked the Commanders, 32% disliked the Commanders, 17% hate the Commanders, and 1% had no opinion. That's a good thing more fans like the name as opposed to hating it, but the numbers clearly show that the new moniker did not strike a chord with most of their fans. This was not the only poll the Post ran. They also asked residents which of the most recent three names they liked the most. Surprisingly, the Washington football team had the most support. 43%, Commanders 26%, Redskins 22%, other and no opinion tied for 5. So there you go. Now, former and current Washington players have said the new name and look is growing on them. It wasn't a name that excited everyone, but it should be widely accepted in the near future. Commander star pass rusher Chase Young wasn't always a fan of the name, but he told our friends at CBS Sports this month that he's ready to embrace it. It's nice to know you're ready to embrace it. Okay, we got to do a little commercial here, or as we like to call it, a little presentation. By the way, I did forget to do the spiel thing here. Our scoreboard is always presented by Caesars Sportsbook. Remember, folks, we are all Caesars, but even Caesars know their limits. That's right. And by the way, right now on Rekieta Law, Nick Rekieta, the humble lawyer from Minnesota, has got a good show tonight. Fifth Circuit Court stops Poke mandate. Curtis Reeves, video thoughts, and a whole lot more. That's on Lost Bleeding the Interwebs with Nick Rekieta. He's on at midnight Eastern, 11 p.m. Central Time. In fact, he's 6 minutes into his show. So there you go, right there in a Canute shell. All right. Let's go from one little extreme to another and another and another. Oh, you're going to jump on me? There you go. You going to wait for me in my room? Anyway. Yeah, let's get back to more of the madness that is our very own little show here. And we have an update on the story that we brought you last night here. And, well, it was reported Sunday evening that, let's see, hope your mom is doing okay. Recall you mentioning she was under the weather. She is doing okay. She suffered a little stroke and she got COVID as well. So they sent her to a COVID hub in Taylor, Michigan. She is a fighter. She's getting rehab to see if her left side can, get a little stronger, or if the right side will be the side to watch. And as for me, I'm slowly but surely getting this place somewhat livable, somewhat up to normal. So right now, I'm here with my cat, and I'm sort of bacheloring it, if you know what I mean. I think you do. Let's see. On Monday, the National Invitational Combine released memos stating that players will no longer be confined to a bubble under threat of disqualification. The 2022 NFL Combine will still have secure areas, but players are now permitted to leave those areas during their free time. The Combine also initially wanted participants to have just one medical support person who must be fully vaccinated with them, but players can now meet with whomever outside of restricted areas. In the restricted areas, they can meet with a trainer, therapist, and so on, but only one at a time per the Jonathan Jones, the NFL cider for CBS Sports. While this is a win for players and agents attending the combine, they didn't get all the changes they wanted. Jones wrote earlier this week about changes to the combine and how they could lead to players skipping the bench press. Unlike previous years, players will do measurements, bench press, and on field workouts all on the same day. So there you go. Earlier on Monday, a so-called well-placed source told ESPN's Adam Schefter that agents were not threatening a boycott, were instead asking combine decision makers to unbubble. It appears their petition has worked. And good thoughts for your mom. Thank you, Dandelion. Thank you. She's the only one I got left in my family next to my cat. Yes, your family. Okay, let's see. Let's do this report. Goran Dragic has signed with the Nets. The veteran guard will pursue a title in Brooklyn after a buyout from San Antonio Spurs, which is not bad. He started the season with the Raptors, but now he's going to try to win a buyout with the Nets. Anyway, let's see. What else is happening in the world of sport? Okay, why don't we do this? Let's give you a recap of what happened to Raw. Let's get to it. The Alpha Academy defeated the Street Profits via pinfall. Finn Balor and Tommaso Ciampa defeated Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode via pinfall. Rhea Ripley defeated Nikki Ash via pinfall. Damian Priest defeated Shelton Benjamin via pinfall. The 24/7 Championship, Dana Brooke defeated champion Reggie to win the title. Bianca Belair defeated Doudrop via pinfall. Edge shot an open challenge for WrestleMania. Gee, I wonder who's going to accept. And Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins defeated RK Bro via pinfall. So there you go. No surprises or anything like that. So another boring attempt to make Monday nights Raw nights, and this wasn't exactly a good night for Raw. Boo! I know. Let's get you. Okay. You're off to sleep. Wish I was with you. I wish I was with anyone. Anyway, good night, Dandelions. Good night, Dandelion. Little cuddle buddy. Anyway, let's get on with the rest of the sports programming. No media report tonight because nothing's happened. But we do have one thing we're going to talk about here in a moment. So let's get that moment a lead here. In the National League North, it was Bradford, Park Avenue 2, Leamington 1. In Spanish La Liga, Celta Vigo and Levante tied at 1. Italia Cities A, Cagliari and Napoli tied at 1. Bologna and Spezia. Bologna beat Spezia 2-1. In Danish, you'll have to snuggle your kitty. I know. In Danish Superliga, Viborg over Randers 1-0. In Portugal, it was Santa Clara and Portismont tied at 1. And the Turkish Super League, Galatasaray over Goatstep 3-2. There you go. And we got just one more before we call it a night here. I don't believe this, but we're going to be off the air early. Maybe not. I'll see if I can do a live read of one of the mags of one of my comic books here. Let's go to, as we like to call it, the live spot. And as we do so with dignity, with respect, with the fact that we are going weird here. Okay, let's give you an update. In the 9th minute of the third period, Vancouver Canucks lead the Seattle Kraken 4-2. Czech Republic, their hockey, Trinik over Karlovy Vary 7-0. Finland's hockey league postponed their only game, Pelicans and Lukko. In cricket, Bahrain won over the United Arab Emirates by 2 runs. Ireland defeated Germany by 7 wickets. Nepal defeated Canada by 8 wickets. And Oman defeated the Philippines by 9 wickets. And that is wicked, you know what I mean. It's truly wicked. Okay, as we stated earlier, let's see. The Olympics are over in Beijing, and once again, our Canadian brethren did a good job in covering them. Let's see. I do believe the gold medal went to the CBC. The silver medal went to the BBC in a tie with 7 sports in Australia. The bronze, oh boy, the bronze. The bronze went to the thank you. I enjoyed that yawn. Went to South Africa Broadcasting. They didn't do too bad. They didn't do too good. And the 10 once again was given to NBC for their lack of good coverage. There's been a lot of speculation about NBC's relationships with the Olympics after Beijing. It was a perfect storm for poor ratings. NBC has no control over the pandemic that moved the 2020 Summer Games to late summer 2021. But that calendar compression meant a lot of fatigue for viewers. Combined with the time difference, various controversies, and more, and NBC didn't have much of a chance. That said, their deal with the IOC runs through 2032, and it's reasonable to wonder if NBC would perhaps seek to renegotiate or even exit their deal entirely, considering the billions that they're paying. David Botter and Joe Reedy examined that very question for the Associated Press, and the reporting suggests that NBC has no interest in giving up this foothold despite the rating slide. Through Tuesday, an average of 12.2 million watched the Olympics in prime time on NBC cable or the Peacock streaming service, down 42% from the 2018 Winter Olympics in Seoul, South Korea. The average for NBC alone was 10 million, which was a 47% drop, the Nielsen folks say. That's even with the average inflated by airing directly after the Super Bowl, a night that brought in 24 million viewers. NBC Sports Chairman Pete Bevacqua said ratings are in line with what they told advertisers who are sold packages that include linear and streaming coverage, but NBC has not yet said whether the Beijing games turned a profit or lost money. How much you want to bet they lost the money? A drop like that is absolutely a big deal, but there are still reasons for optimism. For one, ratings everywhere are only going to continue to fall. NBC almost certainly planned for that when signing such a long term agreement in 2014. NBC also has their streaming service Peacock to think about. The Olympics are a perfect property for streaming inventory and not just for the actual competition weeks. Qualification and other preliminary events and shoulder programming can still find a home streaming. And then there's the ultimate prize of Los Angeles in 2028 when NBC gets the first Summer Olympics to be hosted in the States since Atlanta in 96. There's still a chance 2030 Winter Olympics will end up in the U.S. Exiting before 2028 would be inconceivable. That said, these past few years have almost certainly been disappointing for NBC, and that's just the kind of story for a lot of these rights deals amidst the pandemic, though. Some things you can't control, no matter what NBC's structured approach to the Olympic coverage would have us believe. And trust me, they did their best. All of their commentators were in Stamford, Connecticut. I think them, BBC, CBC, and no, I think that's about it. Them, BBC, and CBC were the only ones doing the commentators in the home studio. The BBC had their uh, commentators doing it from the BBC headquarters. NBC had theirs done at the Stanford Sportsplex, and there you go, right there in a nutshell. Okay, we are there. Okay, let's see. We got about 15 minutes. I think I'll do lure on Friday. I got my latest lure, the Lola edition. Not bad. The reading is wonderful. Anyway, I think we're going to end it about. Hey, we're almost into the 45 minutes, so we got ourselves in the right spot. I want to remind you that tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock on my Twitter page, we continue to build our show. Now, for those of you that don't know, I am about to be streaming on Twitter, and I've decided that I'm going to keep the my sporty balls here on YouTube, but I'm going to do an extension of what we do on Sunday nights for Spreaker.com, and that is a little bit of the Last Call Cafe. It's going to be called Last Call Cafe, the Showgram. It'll be streaming live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights. Little subjects. For example, Monday, we'll talk entertainment and sports. Wednesday, we'll talk pro wrestling. And on Friday, we'll hit you up with whatever's on our mind. We'll be on the air from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see, 9 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Mountain, and 7 p.m. Pacific Time. So, there you go. There you go, there you go, there you go, go. Let's see, what else is there except for one thing. You gotta love what we do here on this show. I love doing this, and I'm not going to stop doing it either. So I'm going to be having fun when I go to do the YouTube shows, YouTube streams. And if I get better to it, I might just include a game or two. But of course, I gotta probably get another laptop and join it up. That'll be something to think about in the foreground. But for right now, that's going to do it for us. We've hit the 45-minute mark, which is a fair amount. So thank you all very much for tuning in, coming on, and enjoying. By the way, the one thing I plan on doing with the extension of the Last Call Cafe brand is inviting guests and callers. Of course, you got to join Skype to do that. So I'll be putting up a little promo. And I'm just going to say this: we're going to have fun Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I hope everybody enjoys. I mean, we're going to be freaking people out on Twitch as well as keep doing this show. So wish me luck on both ends. That's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you for tuning in, and we will talk to you again tomorrow night at 11:35 Eastern, right here on YouTube. Until then, for Harry von Stuttgart, for the folks in the control room, for my camera cat Uno, I am Steve the Baxman Baxley saying thank you very much for dropping by, and sticking around and enjoying yourself with this weird show. Until we meet again, have a great night, a great morning, and a great rest of this week. And as they always say, be kind and remember, keep your balls clean and shiny. Good night, everybody. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports back tomorrow. Thanks and good night, everybody.